Thanks for tuning to KT Garage. The weekend is here. That means it's time to work on the Super Hawk. I'm getting super excited. Got the whole weekend for myself, or mostly anyway, to get some work done to the Super Hawk. So this is episode 56, by the way. So as of last week, you've seen me doing some high power wires. I started it. I'm gonna try to finish it off this weekend, get all that stuff installed, and then focus on the low voltage ones or the lower amperage ones and get those done. Then we're getting real close to getting the truck started. So I'm getting my day started. We'll keep you guys posted throughout the day. So last week I was talking about not having any kind of fuse, that going from the battery to the starter or to actually the entire system of the Humvee. I changed my mind. That's the way that the Humvee was designed, but I'm not going to do that because I think it's a fire hazard, and that's meant for a military vehicle. But since I'm using this as a normal vehicle, I'm going to put a fuse into it. So I went ahead and bought this fuse right here. It's 300 amps, and I'm going to put this in the circuit. I want to make sure that there's a short, there's something going on. It's going to blow this 300 amps fuse. So I'm going to go ahead and get this in the vehicle. I think it's going to be a lot safer. And for some reason, when I try to start the vehicle, this blows. I'm going to increase to more amperage just to be sure that the system is having a fuse. I can tie this in parallel to another 100 to make it 400. I can do 500, 600, whatever it needs to not blowing this fuse. We'll find out. All right, so let's work on the wiring. So first you gotta go get some of these 0 gauge wire. Make sure it's 0 gauge because you have a lot of current running through. And also make sure you get a good brand. Now I do like to buy things from Amazon because it's cheaper. Now in Amazon there's several manufacturers that are going to give you really bad wires, and it's not going to last long. It's going to get all corroded. Now this brand, I have a lot of success, and I've done a lot of research. People are very happy with them. And this guy is called Sky High Car Audio. They make really good wires, and also the strand count is correct. You can buy from another manufacturer and strand counts are a lot less, so you get a smaller wire. Quality control on these guys is very good from what the research telling me. So now, in order to get this hooked up to the 300 amps circuit breaker, or actually a fuse, I'm gonna have to hook it up to these connectors, and make sure you get the 0 gauge as well. Now this is way too hard for you to use a crimp, a normal crimp. You can need a hydraulic one, something like this. You can buy this on Amazon. I bought this for years, and it's proven to be very helpful. So what you do is insert it and then crimp with the crimp tool. Okay, so what you want to do next is just connect the connector to this fuse right here, and as simple as getting this on and bolting it. Make sure you get your lock washers. I think I might have faced my other lock washer the wrong way. Nope, the serrated edge or surface is actually on both sides, so we're good. So you're gonna tighten it up, and then after that you torque this up real good, and then Place this on top and lock it. And now you have a real nice and tight connection. I'm gonna go and get this on the truck. All right, so I got the positive side done. You see that's the 0 gauge that start from this plus side of the series of 2. This is 24 volts. Zoom out a little bit, so that'll be the negative. That's positive. This is the side that's connecting the 2 batteries. So that comes down. It goes into a 300 amps fuse, the one that I showed you just earlier. And then this comes down to here, and then I linked it down. It comes down and it goes into the starter. I'll show you guys that a little bit later, but I got it hooked up already. So now I'm gonna try to work on the negative side from up here. It's gonna be a little bit more challenge because it's got that shrunk that we talked about earlier. So I'm gonna have to drill 2 holes and then a bigger hole here to clear this post right here that's sticking through whatever it is that I'm trying to mount it to. So now looking in my engine bay, I found a perfect place for it actually. So you see that platform down here, and that is the perfect place to mount that shrunk because there's nothing there. So I'm gonna drill 2 holes and then a bigger hole to get the post punched to the other side, and then that'll be permanently where it's gonna sit. All right, so I got the negative side done. Let's take a look. So this is the negative side of the 24 volt, and it comes down in pretty much in parallel to the positive, and then it's split down this way, and it goes down to that location that we were talking about before, where the shrunk is. Now I haven't installed the smaller wire for the gauges yet. All I'm doing is the big wires, the actual power wires. So that comes in there, and then this go down to 3 different negatives down there. I'll come down there and show you what the hookup looks like. Okay, so looking under on the passenger side, you can see that after it's past the shrunk, now I wanted to make sure that before getting to the shrunk, the negative wire doesn't ground to your chassis or frame or anywhere, because when it does, the shrunk won't work anymore, because you want to direct 100% current through the shrunk. So after that, it comes down to this junction right here where it's going to 3 places. This one goes to the engine block. You can't see from there, but I'll come up and show you where that goes. This one, I believe I route this one to the starter, directly to the starter. Then this one, you can see that it's grounded to the frame. So I got everything covered. The only thing I didn't get this to ground to the body is that my frame and body already been grounded so many times with all these bolts, and I want to make sure that I have a metal contact between these 2, so there's no need for that. And so down here, this is where this one is the starter. The positive starter is going to go into there where the solenoid is. Let me see. Yeah, right there. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to do some testing, make sure this is actually is a starter. And then that's your positive, and the negative is right here. So this is one of the wires that came down, and I believe I already, nope, I still haven't torqued it yet. I'm going to torque that a little bit later. This one is already torqued, but I need to take it out because I got some more connection to do. Okay, so I wanted to show you the ground that goes to the block that we were looking at from down there, and that's the ground right there, and this goes directly into the head. So the engine's grounded. I think we're good. We're looking at a starter right now, and all the wiring already been done down here. Just want to show you guys all the connections. So over here, this is the positive terminal, and you can see there's a ton of different connections here. So this one right here This one is coming from the alternator or the generator, and then that comes with another one that goes into the solenoid, and that I suspect this is the one that starts the vehicle. And then this one, I think it goes to some kind of monitor or gauge, but that also goes to that solenoid. It comes from a different wiring strand or wiring loom here, and then this right here goes to the negative, the positive side. Well, I have to extend this one because it's further up, a tap into the power for other reasons. And then here's another one that coming from this wire setup. So then that's the positive, and then the negatives from this same one. This goes to the negative, and of course you got the big one that come from the battery. So that's pretty much all the wire. Now, you know, I was kind of worried about which one goes where, because these are all black and it's identified by number, which I don't know what they mean. But the military is really organized, because they organize these wires by diameter of the connector. So these connector only go to this terminal, that's the big connector, and then the negative one is a size smaller. So everything that with the correct size will go to the correct terminal, so you can't really mess it up. And then of course these down here has really small diameter, so when I took them out, I didn't really need to label any of these because they all go by the receptacle diameter of the connector, so I didn't have to worry about it. I found my way back by just like matching diameters. I didn't need to know what these wire does. I just put it back the way it was. Okay, so here's my next challenge: the glow plugs. One of them plugged back there, you can't really see it, but it's fine. These is too short because of the turbo that I'm putting in, and the manifold is kind of getting in the way, so this is not going to fit in there. And even it does, it's just going to hit the manifold, and then it's just going to burn the wire. So I'm going to have to extend all of these wires, have it go all the way down to here, and then it comes up, and then I'm going to have to heat shield all of that, because you see that the glow plugs are right there and there. It just like resets all the way in there. It needs to be longer. For the glow plugs connection is done, you can see this two right here got the connection or the extended connection. Then I also have a Kevlar protector tube on the outside to insulate the heat. Same goes here. It turns out I only have to do two. This one down here, it fit the original line, which is great. And then so this one and then that one is okay. Just have to extend this too. Not too bad. All the wires in here is done. Okay, so I got most of these low power ones figured out, plug in, and I labeled everything, so put it back the way it was. Now there's a couple of these that are not long enough. You can see that since this is in a different location, this is supposed to be like up here, so that's why the wires are not long enough. I'm gonna have to extend that. It's not that big of a deal. So this two is neutral safety. That's if you don't put it in neutral, you're not gonna be able to start the car. So that's good. That's already hooked up. This one are for the handbrakes apparently. So we'll get that hooked up, and then just one more thing that I need to figure out. I marked this as 6 and 7, and for the life of me, I cannot find 6 and 7 anywhere in the engine bay or anywhere else. So my last resort is to go and look for this number right here, and I'm gonna go to the Humvee manual and look up to see where this go. It's great that the military does this. It just like label every single wire in the car. There's supposed to be one right under this tape. So I go look that up, but as far as wiring goes, that's the last piece of the puzzle. Everything else has a home. You can see just like a big mess right now. I'm gonna try to like secure everything, but it's all hooked up. Now this right here, this needs a home, so I already ordered a drill bit. I'm gonna drill into there, so this is gonna go like right there, poking out to the other side. So that's gonna have to wait until next week. All right, check it out. It's done. You guys see that it's very effective to use this kind of connector where you actually melt the lead into it, and this whole thing is watertight, so great. And I showed you guys this in many of my videos in the past doing electrical work. This is the best way to make the connection. So now this is all connected. I'm just gonna start tying things together, figure out where this two go, and my wiring is done. Well, besides, I'm gonna have to drill a hole and get this mounted, but as far as wiring, it's done. Well, guess what? It's Sunday afternoon, late Sunday afternoon. I'm getting super tired, so I'm gonna call it quit for this weekend. I'm very satisfied this weekend actually for getting so much work done as far as electrical goes. I'm finished with electrical. As far as trying to get the truck to start, now I'm gonna have to deal with the lights and the horn and all the good stuff later. I just wanted the truck to start and getting all the electricity to go around the truck. So next week, I think I should be able to start the truck. I got a couple of more things to do next week, just tie up some loose ends. Then we're gonna fire up the truck and see if it starts. I'm getting super excited. So you guys, please don't miss next week update for truck starting. Hopefully, we'll keep you guys posted. Appreciate you guys tuning in to KT Garage. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Thank you.